Sound speeds, you dirty dog. Well, maybe not you, but definitely your electronics. Now let me explain before you go get defensive on me here. Have you ever shot inside of a studio where it might be a little dusty, or maybe on location where there's a little bit of dirt? If you've ever seen any of that dust or dirt inside of your electronic devices, then chances are there's quite a bit inside of it as well. Think about yourself. You take a shower at the end of every day, and you may say, oh no, I wipe down and dust all of my electronic devices before I shoot and after I shoot. I even blow out the faders with compressed air. Well, goody. Those are at least dust-free, but that doesn't protect against all the gunk and grime that can get on the inside of your electronic devices. And in this video, we're going to explain how you clean the XLR components of your electronic devices. Of course, not all the techniques I'm going to be showing in this video are specifically unique to cleaning XLR components. However, XLRs do pose a couple of challenges, and these connectors are just small enough to make those challenges known while being large enough for you to see them on camera. So we're going to use these. XLR cables do come in a variety of different options. This here is a 3-pin XLR, 3 different holes in there, but they do come in 4-pin, 5-pin, various different things. Now, the electronic components themselves, it doesn't really matter, whatever you plug them up to. But what does matter is what you clean the connector with, because the connectors are basically the same. Such tiny little holes. Maybe you should just submerge it in a bath of boiling water and be done with it, right? No. No. Don't do that. Even if it's distilled water, that's not cool. I know what you're thinking. I saw in your other video where you even suggested that you could do that to clean out an electronic component that maybe falls into a swimming pool. Under that circumstance, it's better than whatever it fell into. Yes, distilled water there is a good thing, but then you'll want to run over it with something like a contact cleaner, which, by the way, is going to be a good thing to use on this, because contact cleaners, like for example my choice, Deoxit, are ideal because they remove corrosion and they increase conductivity. So that combination of components works great on the inside of XLRs because they connect up to a lot of electronic devices that are going to be very sensitive to electrical current. I've tried many contact cleaners over the years, but by far Deoxit is my favorite. No, they're not endorsing me, sponsoring me, paying me in any way, even sending me free bottles. I just love their products and would like to also add that Deoxit, if you are watching this, please send me some bottles. I love this stuff. So let me get into the cleaning method. If you have an XLR female connector right there and you want to clean it, attach the straw and then give a quick little squirt on the inside of each one of the holes there. Now, here's why a little quick squirt. It's going to spray out as soon as you squirt, and it's going to go all over everything. A little squirt is going to ensure that it gets all the way down to the very, very bottom without excess runoff and even getting things messy. Even if you spray Deoxit inside of an XLR female connector and it does not splash back, it's okay. If Deoxit gets inside of your electronic components, it is perfectly safe. However, I do recommend you unplug the device or remove the batteries first. So now that we sprayed the inside of our female XLR connector out with Deoxit, it should be clean now, right? No, because if you stand in the shower for 5 seconds, it's not enough to get you clean either. Not even the scorching hot water. No, it doesn't work. It requires scrubbing and it requires soap. Well, the soap is the Deoxit, but what about the scrubbing? You can get electronic component cleaning kits, but usually they're a little on the pricey side and they don't give you very many of them. At a local store, I'm sure you know where to find some of these, Q-tips, or at least that's the brand name. Now, I know what you're thinking. Q-tips are far too big to fit inside of a female XLR connector, and if you remove the cotton on the outside, then it's no longer going to be effective for cleaning, right? You need something smaller. So you go to Amazon and you look up mini Q-tips. Now, these are quite a bit smaller, but still too big to fit inside of a female XLR connector. So now you go into Google and you find yourself some mini ones, some extra small ones. And even these are going to be a little on the big side to clean some parts of your XLR connectors, even though they will fit inside the holes where the pins are. So Alan, you don't recommend Q-tips or professional cleaning applicators. What do you recommend? Let me show you. Premium cotton pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners are great because they are small and they're thin, but yet sturdy. And you can cut off the exact amount you want to handle, so you can get it around all the little electronic components and even double it up if you need added stability. I find these to be very effective for getting everything clean that I need to, and they're smaller than a Q-tip. A pipe cleaner is also effective at cleaning around the outside of a female XLR connector, and it doesn't stop there. You can also clean a male connector. You can even make a little circle out of a pipe cleaner and wrap it around each and every pin and clean it that way if you'd like to. You could double them over for added stability. A larger Q-tip tip, like the biggest one I showed, is not effective for doing that. It barely fits in the thing. Between the pins, forget about it. The slightly smaller size, sure, you can get in between the pins. And the very small size, absolutely. But my choice cleaning tool is still going to be the pipe cleaner. Since we're talking about cleaning both male and female XLR connectors, we might as well discuss cleaning of the thing that connects the two of them together, right? The cable. Cables get dirty over the course of time, and if you do any kind of location exterior work, they're going to get very dirty. So to clean them, you grab yourself a couple of sanitizing hand wipes or wet wipes if you don't have those, and cable wrap it to your hand. Once it's in your hand, don't stick it back on the ground because now that it's wet, it's going to soak up dirt like you've never seen before. It may take you a couple of cycles to get all the mud and dirt off your cable, so don't just think it's going to take one pass. Another note, and this one's very important regarding safety. If you are using Lysol wipes, wear gloves because after you do a couple of cleaning cycles, it's going to really start to take a toll on your hands and they will go raw. Clean XLR, we're done now, right? No, because you still haven't put on the Armor All. If you haven't gotten gloves on before, now is the time, because this stuff will take a toll on your hand, especially if you clean a lot of cables in your career. Armor All is great because it's designed for cleaning rubber tires, and this is rubber as well. Saturate a paper towel or a cloth with Armor All, put it in your hand, and wrap your cable into your other hand while applying the Armor All the same way as you did when you were cleaning the cable. By the time you're done, you're going to have a high gloss protective coating on the outside of your cable, and it's going to be absolutely awesome because it's going to feel wonderful, it's going to be soft, yet high shine, and everyone on set is going to be very envious of your cables. So there's my technique for cleaning both XLR connectors and cables. It's been very effective for me over the years, and I very much like this procedure. You may have different techniques or use different products, and I'd love to hear about them in the comment section down below. But in the meantime, tune in for more episodes of Sound Speeds for more fun maintenance tips and sound advice. Have a question you'd like answered or want to add something? Be sure to write it in the comment section down below. You can also make a suggestion for future topics of discussion. Again, comment section down below, or you can email me at soundspeeds@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on future sound advice.